What is a connection? And when we keep saying that we're longing for deep connections, what does that mean when our life is so busy with people around us all the time? I wonder if a good conversation equates a good connection. Does it mean that if you had stimulating conversations, whether intellectually, artistically, philosophically, whatever area that you feel stimulated when you're having a conversation, does that equate a good connection? And this is something that I've been navigating more as I've been realizing that there's certain people that I've had extensive hours of conversations, and they do stimulate me, and I enjoy having conversations with them and speaking with them, but I don't feel connected. There's a lack of connection that I feel in other circumstances. And then there's people that you really don't have to talk much, and then they touch you. You look in their eyes and you feel like, wow, okay. You remember something, you feel alive, you feel that you've known one another for so long, and you feel so connected even though you haven't translated anything into a conversation or into words. So it leaves me questioning, what is it that we are longing for when we say we're seeking deep connections and we're seeking connections? Are we seeking those that we feel seen, understood, and remembered without having to talk much? Is that deep connection for, what identify a deep connection for people? I'm just curious to ask that question, to hear the different perspectives, because for me, I'm realizing it's not just about having a good conversation. It's much more beyond. I feel a deep connection when I look into someone's eyes and I can feel that, okay, wow, we're meant to kind of connect in this lifetime. And there's a reason for that connection. And not all connections are meant maybe to play a good or a positive role. Maybe in the long run, it's a positive thing because you definitely learned something and they activated something within you, and then they helped you. They were your mirror. They were a teacher or a messenger, or they showed you something that you had to uncover. But I wonder, yeah, because this is a phrase that it's been ongoing a lot lately with a lot of people seeking connections. Why is it that when we go out, when we are in certain spaces, we feel unfulfilled? Is it because we still haven't cultivated that inner connection with ourselves? So is it that we're seeking something in people to fulfill us, and we haven't fulfilled certain deeper connections with self first? So we rely so much maybe on the external and people to fill these gaps? Or is it something different? There's like deeper layers or different layers of connections, and every person, maybe the depth, imagine that we are going to swim in the ocean. Some people will never be okay going to dive deep down. They just want to stay on the surface, and that's totally okay. Some people are okay to come midway, right? But some people crave to explore the depth of the ocean, and they're okay with it. They're okay with whatever comes out of that depth. They're okay with whatever they encounter in that journey of diving deep into the ocean. And it's not like there is anything wrong with any of the people choosing where they want or where they're at in their swimming experience. But just imagine, like you're always connecting someone that wants to stay on the surface with someone that wants to dive deep. Obviously, they're connecting over the experience of wanting to swim, so that's a connection. but every person is wanting more flavors and more, more excitement to their experience. So at a time, they will feel like they're just not filling one another's cup, not because, again, one is better than the other, or the other is, wiser, or like more ahead, or just like whatever categories or boxes we put people. It's just an experience that we came here to explore. So because a lot of the connections that I've encountered, to be honest, that when I say connections, it's like these people that I connect with deeply, and I can't make sense of it because the conversations don't necessarily stimulate me, and they're not willing to go to the depth, to explore the depth of the water as much as I want. But yet I feel so connected to them. I feel there's so much love and so much care, and I'm trying to make sense of these things as well. But yeah, this is definitely a question that I've been exploring a lot, as I've been observing how I've been connecting with different people in the different places that I've been encountering. Wow, even the cup matches the background and the theme. That was unintentional. I promise. But I just broke my 4-day fast, and it was amazing. So yes, I feel that this is a seed of like a thread of a bigger questions, or more questions that I'm navigating and I'm asking, to try to understand belonging. And I think I will leave that to a different video. I feel like I want to do different segments with different themes. So let's just keep that very short and sweet for the theme of connection. And I will leave you with that question. Do you feel, or what do you think of a connection? How do you define a good connection? And do you think a good conversation with someone equates a good connection? So I will leave you with that question, and I'm very excited to hear your reflections and feedback in the comments below. Ciao!